We'll start in couple of seconds. ठीक है संपर्क स्टार्ट करिया. ओके आमे डिस्कशन कौन करथिले कलेक्टिव बार्गेनिंग. कलेक्टिव बार्गेनिंग का मीनिंग होच the main meaning of collective bargaining is a negotiation. How you are talking, what are the steps you are taking, who is going to talk, for all the conflicts what you have with your management. We are talking that. That is known as collective bargaining. Collectively, you are taking your issues to the management. So you are preparing yourself. This is a procedure. Then what strategy you are applying, how you are going to talk, what are the discussion points, you are making a note, you are preparing yourself. Then once the discussion and talk is over, you are preparing the agreement, the understanding between the parties, whoever are talking, like you and your management, then you are maintaining that agreement. So this is the steps of collective bargaining. This is the process how to do. Then we also discuss about the different types of collective bargaining. Conjunctive bargaining, integrated bargaining, productive bargaining, composite bargaining. These are four major types we discuss. Conjunctive is where individually has their own interests. Suppose you have a conflict with me, then I will see my interest, you will see your interest. That is conjunctive bargaining. Party A, party B रे किसी का नोड़ चलची. We are discussing party A will always expect that his benefit. Party B will always expect his benefit. So that is conjunctive bargaining. One person is actually selfish. Integrated bargaining, both the party are together. They are mutually compromising something and come into a conclusion. That is integrated bargaining. Productive bargaining is where the organization, the company is resolving the issues based on their productivity. Everything measured through productivity. Composite composite bargaining means you are solving multiple issues. Along with the main issues, you are solving another one or two issues. That is composite bargaining. You are combining one issue with others. That is known as composite bargaining. So in this way, we studied collective bargaining. Then we also started the different functions, characteristics, features of industrial relationship. We'll continue to discuss the same thing. In industry, who are the party mainly involved, like employees, employer, government, advocate, legal system, court. Advocate when they say advocate, that means legal system, court, judiciary, and different tribunals. All these are associated with the industry. And when the relationship between all of them are good, then the industry, lot of things will be smooth. The productivity, the profitability of industry will be good. Those things we are discussing in the coming slide. Industry relations simply the relation between both employer and employee. When the appointment happens, when people join the organization, that means from the starting, when the appointment happens, so there is a relationship with the employer and employee. That relationship that can happen, can have some conflict, can have some good or bad, positive or negative at any time for any reason. So there are different source, different mechanism, uh, like where the dispute will happen. In next semester, I think you have dispute where when the problem and will happen between the employer and employee. It could be related to your salary, your compensation, your negotiation, uh, your different facilities, and your timing. Suppose organization is telling to give you a night shift where you did not agree for the night shift. So that is a conflict. So including all this conflict, all so relationship can be good or bad because of this conflict. And through this, you are resolving this through different trade union or different union, different association, different commission. So when you have lot of problem with the same set of people, then you are forming and giving a petition to the union. Then union is talking to the management. That is what union does. According to International Labour Organization, industrial relationship deals with the relationship between either state or employer and workers organization, or the relationship between the occupation organization themselves. So that is the definition of ILO, International Relationship, International Labour Organization, ILO. ILO has defined the industrial relationship in such a way. We'll discuss then the objective. What is the main objective of industrial relations? Why this relationship is good? So what is the main objective of industrial relationship? So to keep good relations between employer and employee. This is what I written exactly in the 10 points. You once you understand the industrial relations, so you can write this. So the first thing is establish industrial peace to safeguard the interest of both workers and management. Third is to avoid industrial dispute, to raise the production capacity, to establish industrial democracy, to minimize the labor turnover, to safeguard the workers' economy and social interest, contribute to the economic development of the country through productivity, to establish a full employment situation, to minimize the strikes, lockout, errors, a kind of lockout, ଘେରାଉ। So ଯେମିତି ତମର ଶୁଣିଥିବ ଇଣ୍ଡଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ବନ୍ଦ ହେଇଗଲେ ଘେରା ହୁଏ। So to minimize that, suppose you have lot of issues, lot of problems with the management. What you will do? You will stop working. You will have lockout. You will have strike. So that will impact in the industry, in the profitability. So all these points are written. The first thing is industrial peace. ଯେତେବେଳେ ତମେ ଭଲ ରିଲେସନ ଥିବ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ, ତମର କାମ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ମୁଡ୍ ଥିବ, you will have good mood to work in the organization, good relations with everyone. Suppose you are not having a good relations with your boss, ତମେ ଯାହାହେଲେ ତମେ ଇଚ୍ଛା ହବନି କାମ କରିବା ଲାଗି. If you are good relations, then your mental peace will be good, your work environment will be good, you will definitely work better. So that is the first point. Second point is to safeguard interest of both workers and management. Workers have management ମାନେ employee and employer. ତାଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଯଦି କିଛି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହେଲା, କିଛି କନଫ୍ଲିକ୍ଟ ହେଲା, then who will resolve this relationship will resolve. So the main objective of the relationship to maintain a good relationship between employer and employee. How it will maintain? Will have trade union or different forum, and management will do something, employees will do something. So there are different steps. So the the another objective is to safeguard the interest, to avoid industrial dispute. It's same thing, to avoid the dispute. There won't be any dispute, to avoid it. So dispute may happen regarding wages, environment, facilities, compensation, benefits, all these things. Suppose the management is doing something, everything, so they can minimize the wages. କିଛି ପରିମାଣରେ conflict କମିଯିବ. ଯଦି ତମକୁ ଭଲ salary ମିଳିବ, ଭଲ environment ମିଳିବ, ଭଲ facility ମିଳିବ, then conflict ଥିବାର chance ବହୁତ କମ. So that is another objective. Raise the productivity capacity. Production capacity କେତେବେଳେ ବଢିବ? ଯେତେବେଳେ ଲୋକମାନେ ଖୁସି ଥିବେ, ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ କିଛି ଭଲ ସମ୍ପର୍କ ଥିବ. So that will improve the production capacity. So these relations, if you are maintaining good relations between the employees, then employees are happy, they will work, they will concentrate more on the work. To minimize the labor turnover rate and absenteeism. Labor turnover rate is labor ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କର ଛାଡିଦବା, join କରିବା, ଯୋଉ ratio, କିଛି ଲୋକ ବାରମ୍ବାର ଛାଡିଛନ୍ତି. Suppose ତମ organization ରେ you are not satisfied. So what you will do? You will look another organization to work. You will leave the organization, you will leave the company. So that is labor turnover. Then your company will struggle and again recruit new people. New people will work someday, then again they will leave. So your labor turnover ratio, people joining and people coming and going, are more. So to reduce that, so if you have to maintain a good relations between the employee and employer, and you are taking care of all their benefits, all their salaries, all their compensation, then you can minimize the conflict. You can minimize the labor turnover ratio. That is actually labor turnover ratio. People are going. And absenteeism. Absenteeism means what? Suppose you are not good. ତମକୁ ଭଲ ଲାଗୁନି ଆଜି କାମ କରିବା ପାଇଁ. ତମେ ଅଫିସ ଯିବା ଇଚ୍ଛା କରିବନି. Suppose you are highly motivated, you like the work, then definitely you will go frequently and you will not have many absent. Absenteeism also କମିଯିବ. So that is one objective where this relationship is minimizing the labor turnover and absenteeism to safeguard the workers' economic and social interest. ତମର ପରିବାରର ପିଲାମାନେ କେମିତି ପଢିବେ, ତମେ ସପୋଜ କୋଉଠି ରହୁଛ, ତମର ଫ୍ୟାସିଲିଟି, ତମର ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସପୋର୍ଟେସନ, ତମକୁ ଗୋଟେ ହେଲ୍ଥ ଇନ୍ସୁରାନ୍ସ, ତମର ଯଦି ଖାଲି କଣ ହେଲା, ଅସୁବିଧା ହେଲା, ହାତ ଗୋଡ କାମ କଲାନି, what is the benefit company is giving to you? To safeguard that, to look after that interest. So that is another objective of industrial relations. To safeguard your economic and social interest. ତମ ଘରେ କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ହେଲା, ତମ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କର ଏଜୁକେସନ ପାଇଁ କିଛି ସାହାଯ୍ୟ, କିମ୍ବା ତମର ଯିବା ଆସିବା ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସପୋର୍ଟେସନ ପାଇଁ, କିମ୍ବା ତମର ରିଟାୟାରମେଣ୍ଟ ପାଇଁ କିଛି organization କିଛି କରୁଛି କି these are the economic and social interest contribute to the economic development of the country through productivity. How it will develop economic, how it will develop economy of the country. For example, if people are good, people are very highly satisfied, then they are concentrating on work. So your factory, your organization is actually growing and increasing the productivity, increasing the profitability. If your organization is growing and doing good, then your country is doing good. Your country economy is better. Suppose you take example of any industry, Ralkala steel plant. If Ralkala steel plant, the productivity of Ralkala steel plant is more, then the growth, the productivity, the revenue of the state, the Orissa is good, is more. And that will contribute to the nation's growth. In that way, it contributes to the economic development of the country through productivity. To establish the full employment situation. Suppose ଗୋଟେ section the productivity ଗୋଟେ section ଗୋଟେ machine ଖରାପ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ଗୋଟେ ବଡ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟ୍ରିରେ ଗୋଟେ ମେସିନ ଖରାପ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ସେଥିରେ କି 10-15 ଜଣ ଲୋକ କାମ କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି କିମ୍ବା ଗୋଟେ ୟୁନିଟ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ସନ ବନ୍ଦ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ତେଣୁ କିଛି ଲୋକ କାମ କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି କିଛି ଲୋକଙ୍କର ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟମେଣ୍ଟ ନାହିଁ because the machine is not working. If the machine is working, those 5 people, those 10 people will work and they will start working. So it will ensure the employment of those people who are not working if the relationship is good. So that is another objective to maintain, to utilize the industry with full capacity to make sure all the component of industry, everything is working perfectly, everyone is employed, and nothing is idle. So you are making the best use of industry to establish a full employment situation. That is one objective. So where you are actually ensuring this everyone is working, everyone is good, everyone is actually working in fruitful productivity. And the last point, last thing you can mention when working is working environment, working your culture and your relationship are good, you will have very minimal strikes, lockout, and lockdown, get all these things will minimize this. Otherwise, what will happen if there is a problem between you and management, you will have this kind of unproductive work, like you will have many strikes, you will have lockouts. So these things are unproductive. This thing will impact you and your industry. These are the 10 points, 10 main objectives you can remember, right? The first one is how you are including this, what is the interest is taking, how it is avoiding the dispute. It, it is raising the production capacity of the employee, of the industry, of the country, of the state. It minimize the labor turnover ratio and absenteeism. Establish the democracy. It establish industrial democracy. That means democracy means everyone is getting equal opportunity. Suppose ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ସମାନ ଅଧିକାର ଦିଆଯାଉଛି ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ କହିବାର ଅଧିକାର ଦିଆଯାଉଛି ତମେ ଗୋଟେ କାମ କଲ ମିଟିଂରେ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ଆରମ୍ଭ ହବ you are involving the team so you know this team is going to work you take their opinion you ask their opinion so that team will feel okay we are employee, but company is asking us, taking our opinion for anything. So it is establishing the democracy. So you are involving them for any decision making, any small discussion. Maybe you are thinking that why do involve? You can involve in the work, but when you are talking to them when you are taking their opinion, so you will get good benefits, and that employees, whoever are participating, they will feel good. And altogether, it is establishing the democracy. So you are asking everyone. So these are the points, these are the objectives of industrial relationship. Following are the different objectives. Nature. So it is similar to that. So when you understand the industrial relationship, you can write even the objective or principles or nature or benefits. You can tune your answer based on the question. Nature of industrial relationship are concerned with the relationship between management and workers. Industrial relations safeguard the interest of employees. Most of the times you see the same words are written in a different language. Industrial relations are concerned with the system, rules, and procedure used by the unions and employees to determine the reward for effort and employees and their employer and regulate how employers treat their employees. Industrial relationship maintain a balance with employees' expectation, employers' association, trade unions, and others. This is something a point you can write. So when you are maintaining the balance between all the parties, the employees, the employer, and the trade union, the court, so all the party who are involved, so you are actually maintaining a balance between all the party. So in this, you are actually, suppose the employee group is asking something that we need air conditioning in our work environment. The union is actually uh, going to talk, and this place where the employees are working are not good, the temperature is very high. They need air conditioner or at least air cooler or fan, something else where you can work. The management is actually not listening. Management is saying, okay, this is something good. So it it has to balance. Okay, if not air conditioner, we should provide at least fan or cold water. So something we need to balance between the employees and employee. So that is actually the main motive of that we discuss the collective bargaining. When you are talking, when you are discussing, so up to what extent you can bargain, up to what you can listen to the management. So those things will come. Industrial relationship helps in resolving dispute, conflict, and controversies between labor and management. So when you are talking, you will have different controversy, different conflict, different dispute between the laborer and the management. So the main objective you read in the last slide, this is also one nature of industrial relationship where you are resolving all the dispute, conflict, and controversy. Scope. Scope of industrial relationship is actually with that organization. Industrial relationship is wide ranging term. So in earlier discussion, I was telling the conflict may arise between the parties involved. So mainly the employer, employees, and the judicial part of the government code. So any conflict, any dispute arises between this. This is the scope. So if you have some conflict at your home, at your school, at your other office, so that may not be included in the industrial relationship. So it is actually considering the scope within that relations. That relationship is a wide-ranging term. Different scholars have expressed their different views on the scope of industrial relations. According to Taylor, industrial relationship incorporate policies related to the recruitment, selection, training. All these things are coming in the industry. When you have industry, you will have recruitment, you will have training, you will have performance appraisal, you will have employees, you will have production, you will have technical issues. Suppose one machine is there. There is one team is willing to work on that machine on this day. The same day the other team is willing to work. So there is a conflict, there is a dispute. So someone has to follow this dispute. So there are different definition of this relationship, of this scope. Then we have importance. Then we have functions. Importance and functions. Why industrial relationship is very important and what it does. We'll continue to discuss this in the next class. So all these things, what you are discussing, what you are listening, the objective, the nature, the advantages, and we're going to discuss the importance. Morely, more or less, these are all same. So you need to understand the objective of all these 10 points I have given on slide. So maybe tomorrow or day after I'll share these notes. That will help. So you can read from there. Next class we'll continue this. We'll read some more points. Same time we'll have the next class tomorrow. I will send the meeting request. And today you please provide me your attendance in the chat box. Your name and roll number. Thank you.